Who's ready for some more NFL weekly predictions?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
That is right. Welcome back, everybody. It's Railroad Racer 49 2005 here, and you can see what we're going to be doing today. I got my Seahawks hat. I got my Seahawks 12 jersey. I got the big Seahawks foam logo back here. You know what time it is. It's time for our weekly NFL predictions. Yes, the NFL season is officially back. We are officially back, ladies and gentlemen. So, with that said, we're going to get right into the picks. I know it does look a little bit different. This is going to be the place that we are staying in for now. It's not finished. We definitely have some work to do. Got to put some shelves up, and we're going to be mounting up the TV over there. Right over there. Right now it's on the floor. As you can see, there's my TV right there with the Switch and the PS4. But yeah, with that said, I'm just gonna stop talking. We're gonna get down to the field, and let's get into week 1 of the NFL. All right, without further ado, here is the new setup. You can see it's up against the closet door, and then we have our field right here. But anyways, let's get right into it. First off, we have the kickoff game. Kickoff 2023. We have the Detroit Lions going in to face the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. There's a lot of hype behind the Detroit Lions. A lot of people are saying they're going to be really good this year, and I definitely am clinging onto that hype. I think the Lions are going to be good. I think this is going to be a great game. But unfortunately, I won't be able to watch this game because there's a person that we live with, and he has a daughter, and she plays a volleyball at Linden Christian. We're going to be going to her volleyball games, so I won't be able to watch this game. I'll try to keep an eye on it on my phone. But anyways, the team that I have winning this game, I can't pick against Kansas City in week 1. I want the Lions to win. I would really like to see it, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I really like the Lions. I really like their team. I love Dan Campbell. It's a great team. But I just can't pick against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Even if Travis Kelce's not going to play, I still can't pick against the Chiefs in week 1. I just feel like they're too good. But either way, I think this is still going to be a great game. But I think the Lions are going to come just up short, and the Chiefs will start off the season with a win. Moving on, we got our first Sunday game is the Carolina Panthers going in to face the Atlanta Falcons, an NFC South showdown. Probably not going to be that great of the game. Both teams are probably expected not to be that great. Both have young, unproven quarterbacks, but I think the Falcons are still somewhat of a better team. Bryce Young, it's going to be his first game. I think he's going to struggle. I think Desmond Ridder is gonna do better. I think the Falcons overall are gonna do better, and so I have the Falcons. I also have the Falcons winning the division, by the way. Of course, you know, with Tom Brady gone from the Buccaneers, I honestly think that division is honestly wide open. But we'll get to that once we get to the Bucs. But either way, Bryce Young is going to be his first game. They're going to start off slow. I think the Panthers are going to get off to a slow start, but I think eventually they're going to pick it up later in the season. But for now, I think the Falcons are the better team. I got the Atlanta Falcons beating the Carolina Panthers in Atlanta. Moving on, we got the Houston Texans going in to face the Baltimore Ravens. You know who I'm picking for this game. You know very well who I'm picking. I'm picking the Ravens. Big shocker. The Texans are a young, unproven team. C.J. Stroud's going to be making his first start as an NFL quarterback. They're going up against a way better Ravens team. I think this game might just be a blowout. I think Lamar Jackson and that offense is just going to light it up. The defense is going to be way too hard for the Texans to get through. I think the Texans have a good future. I think they will be better in the future, but I think This team is still rebuilding. They're going up against a really good Ravens team. I don't think they're the best in the division, but they are better than the Texans. So I have the Ravens winning this easily. I'm picking the Ravens, like, no doubt. Ravens are going to destroy the Texans. Moving on, we got an AFC North showdown. We got the Cincinnati Bengals going in to face the Cleveland Browns. Now, I know there's a good amount of hype behind the Browns. It is in Cleveland, but guess what? I'm going to take the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to win this game. I think they still got a strong team. It's going to be tough. It's going to be on the road in Cleveland, but I do have the Bengals winning. I know the Bengals, for some reason, they just can't seem to win in Cleveland, but you know what? I think this is the year that they break that streak of losing in Cleveland. I have the Bengals winning this game. I know a lot of people have a lot of hype on the Browns, but I'm going with the Bengals. I think they're gonna be a good team this year. I think Joe Burrow is still a really good quarterback. I think he's going to lead the Bengals to a really strong season, and I have them winning the division this season. So with that, I have the Bengals beating the Browns on the road in Cleveland. Moving on, we got an AFC South matchup. We got the Jacksonville Jaguars going in to face the Indianapolis Colts. I got the Jaguars winning this game. For some reason, I feel like it's going to be close because it is the AFC South, and it feels like no matter how good or how bad your team is, it's always a close game. But I think the Jaguars are the better team, and I think they're really the only team in the division that really has a chance in the league right now. I mean, take a look at it. The Titans, they're getting older. I kind of feel like the hype for the Titans has really died down. The Texans are a very young team trying to rebuild. Same with the Colts as well. They do have a new quarterback in Anthony Richardson. I think Anthony Richardson is going to do something in this game, but I feel like he's going to struggle. I feel like the Colts are going to have some problems this season. I got the Jaguars winning this game. I think they're going to do great things this season. I have the Jacksonville Jaguars beating the Colts on the road in Indy. Moving on, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going in to face the Minnesota Vikings. On paper, the Vikings should beat the absolute heck out of the Buccaneers. But knowing Minnesota, they're probably somehow going to make this a close game. But either way, I still think the Vikings are going to win. I think the Buccaneers are going to suck this year. I mean, I think Baker Mayfield's going to do okay, but I do not like their head coach. Their head coach is terrible. And let me tell you, Tampa Bay, without Tom Brady, you guys are screwed. I mean, the only reason why you won that Super Bowl was mainly because of Tom Brady. If you don't have him as quarterback, you're pretty much doomed. So guess what, Tampa? It's back to the basement for you. So with that, I have the Vikings. On paper, this should be an absolute blowout, but I think somehow the Vikings are going to make this close because that's just the thing the Vikings like to do. I guess you could say it's a thing that the Vikings and the Seahawks have in common. They always like to make games close. But either way, I got the Vikings winning, no doubt. Moving on, we got the Tennessee Titans going in to face the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans in the Superdome. I think this could be a close game. I think this could be an absolute nail-biter down to the wire. But I think the Saints are just going to barely squeak out the win. It is in New Orleans, which it is hard to win there. And I think Derek Carr is going to do a good job there. I think the Saints could very well make a run at the division, but there are some concerns in the long run because, of course, you got Michael Thomas. He always seems to get into trouble. The Saints always seem to get plagued with injuries. But I do think they will beat this game. I'm not knocking on the Titans. I mean, I still think they're going to put up a heck of a fight, but I think the Saints are just slightly the better team. I think Tennessee's window has completely ran out. So with that, I got the New Orleans Saints winning this in a very, very close nail-biter. Moving on, we got the San Francisco 49ers going in to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm taking the 49ers to win. This game could still possibly be close, but I think the 49ers will just barely eke out the win. I mean, they got themselves a good offense. Brock Purdy has shown flashes. Of course, you also got Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel on there, too. And I believe Nick Bosa is going to play. I think I heard they did get him signed. They were holding him out for a contract, but I think they just did get him signed. So I think he will play. And I think that Niners defense is going to give it everything they got, but I still think the Steelers are still somehow going to find a way to make this a close game, because the Steelers, when no one really expects them to do anything, they somehow end up doing something. I mean, it's definitely something with Mike Tomlin. He's definitely something else when it comes to a head coach. But with that, I still have the 49ers taking the win. It may be close, but I am still going to take the 49ers regardless. Moving on, we got the game of the week that we like to call the Tank Ball. Yes, this is the Tank Bowl of the week. We got the Arizona Cardinals going in to face the Washington Commanders. The Commanders should win this game. If the Commanders end up losing this game, they probably should just quit the entire season. The Cardinals are straight up garbage. The Commanders should easily beat them. Even with Sam Howell at quarterback, who the heck do the Cardinals got at quarterback? Like Josh Dobbs? What the heck is he gonna do? And also, you fired Cliff Kingsbury. DeAndre Hopkins is gone. J.J. Watt retired. And even though Kyler Murray isn't that great, he probably is out for the season. So he's probably not going to play for most of the season. Basically the Cardinals are basically guaranteed to win the first overall pick in the draft. I'm just telling you, Commanders, if you lose this game, just quit. Because if you lose to the Cardinals, there's basically no reason to play the season. Because if you're worse than the Cardinals, you probably shouldn't consider playing. So, Commanders, do not lose this game. Do not lose this game on any circumstance. This is an easy winnable game for you guys. The Cardinals could very well easily go 0-17 this season. I got the Commanders winning. Washington Commanders, do not fail us. Moving on, we got a classic NFC North showdown. We got the Green Bay Packers going in to face the Chicago Bears. Now, we do know that Aaron Rodgers owns the Bears, but remember, Aaron Rodgers isn't on the Packers. But you know what? I am still going to take the Packers to win. I might be making a mistake. I might not. I mean, the last couple of years, the Packers have completely sucked in week one. But who knows? Maybe adding Jordan Love as starting quarterback will change something. And plus, I think people are overhyping the Bears this season. I think they're going to do okay. But I hear people are saying, oh, Justin Fields is going to lead us to the promised land. We got Chase Claypool now. I don't think that's going to change much. I think Bears fans are just losing their minds right now. And I think they're setting their expectations too high. You guys are probably going to finish third in the division at best. Maybe second if you're lucky. But you're not winning the division. And you are no way in heck winning the Super Bowl. You guys still got a long way to go. Baby steps, Chicago. You'll eventually get there. But it's not that time yet. Anyways, I am kind of worried that I'm probably going to get this prediction wrong. Knowing the Packers, every time I pick them in week one, they always seem to fail me. But who knows? Maybe Jordan Love might actually do something, and maybe he's not as bad as we think he is. We'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, I have the Green Bay Packers winning it. It's probably going to be a close matchup, but I do have the Packers winning. I might get this wrong. I might not. We'll just see. Please, Packers win. Please. I would love to get this prediction right. Moving on, we got an AFC West matchup. We got the Las Vegas Raiders going in to face the Denver Broncos. I got the Broncos winning this game. I think they're going to be better this year, especially adding Sean Payton as their head coach. I just think Nathaniel Hackett was the big reason why they sucked. Nathaniel Hackett was a horrible head coach. I mean, I could definitely say, even as a Seahawks fan, I can really definitely say he costed the Broncos that game. He's basically the main reason why we won that game. If I'm honestly being honest, if that even made sense in me saying that. But I do think the Broncos still have a pretty good roster. I don't think they're going to set the world on fire this year, but I do have them making the playoffs. And I do think adding Sean Payton as head coach is definitely a good move. I think this is the right move in the right direction. Although the other side of me that doesn't like Wilson betraying us would honestly love to see the Broncos struggle again. Because, Russell Wilson betraying us and all that, it would be fun to see again. But I actually think the Broncos are going to be better this season. I can't just be a straight-up Broncos hater saying, oh, they're going to suck. No, I actually got to look at how their team looks, who their head coach is. Do they have a chance to improve? Yes, I think they have a chance to improve. And plus, this game against the Raiders should be a win. I do not have confidence in the Raiders at all. I have them finishing last in the division. I mean, yeah, you got Devontae Adams, you got Josh Jacobs, but Jimmy Garoppolo, yeah, he does have the looks, but does he have the talent? I mean, yeah, he did make a Super Bowl one season, but that was only one time. And he's massively injury prone. I just don't think he was the right choice at quarterback for Las Vegas. And Josh McDaniels is a horrible head coach. Raiders, you are not going anywhere with him as long as he is head coach. So anyways, I have the Broncos winning this game. I have the Broncos winning, beating the Raiders in Denver. All right, moving on. This should be a shootout. We got the Miami Dolphins going in to face the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm picking the Dolphins on this one. I know the Dolphins might have some problems with their team. But after what the Chargers did in the wild card, and with them having Brandon Staley as their head coach, I just cannot trust them. I mean, they had a 27-0 point lead, and they absolutely blew it away. How do you expect me to put my trust in the Chargers if they're just going to choke every opportunity they get? There is absolutely no way I am picking the Chargers to win after what they just did in that wild card game. I just cannot trust them. I mean, just watch. The Chargers are probably just going to dominate the first half, and then the second half, they're just going to choke it away like always. Dolphins are winning. The Chargers are probably going to choke. I got the Dolphins winning this game. Moving on, we got a rematch of Super Bowl 52. We have the Philadelphia Eagles going in to face the New England Patriots. However, it is much different this time. The Patriots suck, while the Eagles are absolutely a very strong team. But you know what? Knowing Bill Belichick and his mastermind, he's still probably somehow going to make it a close game. I mean, it is pretty hard to win in Foxborough, not going to lie. It's pretty hard for anyone to win in that in that stadium. Like Gillette Stadium is one of the hardest stadiums to win in my opinion. But I still think the Eagles can pull it off. They have a very strong roster. They're coming off an appearance in the Super Bowl. And I know the whole trend saying that the team that loses the Super Bowl ends up having a horrible future and they have to rebuild everything. But I don't think that's going to happen to the Eagles. I think they're just too good to have that happen to them, especially after how they got robbed in that Super Bowl, as Eagles fans would say. I will say they honestly did kind of get robbed, if I'm being honest. So you got to think, after how that Super Bowl ended, they are hungry for revenge. I think the Eagles are going to go on an absolute tear this season, and they are going to go back to the Super Bowl. So I have them winning this game against the Patriots. I think somehow the Patriots are going to try to make this game close, but I do have the Eagles winning regardless. And now, finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have our game. The Los Angeles Rams going in to face my Seattle Seahawks in Lumen Field in Seattle. This is basically a rematch of the Week 18 matchup that we won. And then the Lions winning that night sent us to the playoffs. And now we play the Rams again at home. And I am feeling, honestly, quite good about this game. The Rams really don't have much going for them right now, and Cooper Kupp is out. So that's definitely going to help us. I have us winning this game. I have the Seahawks beating the Rams at home. I think we can win this game. I think we have a really strong team. I think Geno Smith is going to pick up where he left off. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf going to light it up on offense. Kenneth Walker is going to run all over the Rams defense. And our defense is especially looking strong. We got Quandre Diggs. Bobby Wagner is back. Tariq Woolen is coming off a great rookie season. I think our defense is finally up to our full potential, especially bringing Bobby Wagner back. That's definitely going to help us on defense. But anyways, also, there's very uncertainty about Matthew Stafford with his permanent injury. I think he had an injury earlier in the season, and I think that permanently ruined his throwing arm. So I don't know how that's going to affect him. That's probably going to be a big factor. And also another big factor, Cooper Kupp not playing. That's going to be a huge factor. Because without him, who is Stafford going to even throw to? I don't even know any other receivers that he could throw to. I mean, what is the Rams' strategy? Try to hand the ball off to Cam Akers? That is sure going to get him injured. Just watch. Cam Akers is going to run the ball, and maybe, after, a couple snaps, he'll end up injured. Overall, I just think this whole Rams team has just really been a mess ever since they won that Super Bowl. They had a horrible season last year. I don't know. Maybe they improved a little bit, but I'm not really seeing much improvement this season. I think that I honestly think that maybe there's a chance we could sweep the Rams, but the Rams always do play us tough, no matter how good or bad they are. It's always a close game. And I know the Seahawks love to make close heart attack games. You know what? I think the Seahawks are probably going to do that this Sunday. Even though that on paper this should be a blowout, I don't really think it's going to, because knowing the Seahawks, they sure love to make their games close. But anyways, I think this game is probably going to be close, but I still think regardless, we are going to come out with the win. Seahawks are looking strong this year, baby. We're not done yet. We are just getting started. We're going to start off the season 1-0, baby. And now we have Sunday Night Football. We got an NFC East matchup. We got the Dallas Cowboys going in to face the New York Giants. Now, most people would probably take the Cowboys in this situation. But you know what? I'm feeling a little different this week. I am going to say the Giants upset the Cowboys. I know I might be making a huge mistake, but I'm honestly kind of high on the Giants this season. I think after what they did this last season, I think they can continue to get better. I really do think there is hope for the Giants, and I think it's going to kick off with a win against the Cowboys. I honestly feel like the Giants are actually going to do pretty okay this season. They're not going to be a great team, but I do think they'll be someone enough to be close to making the playoffs. I don't have them making the playoffs, but I think they can be close. And I still think the Giants are still a pretty okay team. I mean, Daniel Jones really isn't all that bad, and Saquon Barkley, when he's healthy, he's a total beast. So you know what? I'm taking the Giants to take the upset in their home stadium in MetLife. Now, probably just watch this prediction age poorly. And finally, our last game, Monday Night Football. It's an AFC East showdown. We got the Buffalo Bills going in to face the so-called new and improved New York Jets. There is a lot of hype behind the Jets this season. And honestly, I can kind of see it. They do have a pretty strong roster. I mean, their defense did look pretty okay last year. I did see some improvement last season. But now they got a pretty strong quarterback. They picked up Aaron Rodgers last season. I think that could very well help them. I don't think Rodgers is the best quarterback, but I think that's definitely going to help them. However, I still think the Bills are the better team. I do have them winning this division. I still think Josh Allen is easily a top 5 quarterback. a top 3 quarterback even, I still think the Bills are easily still like one of the top 3 best in the AFC, even though they lost that divisional game that they honestly were favored to win. I mean, it was in Buffalo and it was snowing, but they ended up losing. Even DeMar Hamlin was in attendance. And I know I've been saying this and I know we've all been saying this like a broken record. This will be the Bills' year, which, yeah, I do have the Bills winning the Super Bowl this season. That's probably going to age really poorly. I'm honestly kind of thinking that it will, but I still think the Bills are going to be strong. I have the Bills pulling off the win in MetLife Stadium, and they're going to start off the season with the win. I don't think the Jets are going to be terrible. I do think they're going to win games this season. I just don't think they're going to win this game in particular. But anyways, I got the Bills winning this game. I have the Bills winning this matchup. The Bills will beat the Jets on Monday night. And ladies and gentlemen, there are my Week 1 NFL predictions. Do you agree or disagree with my predictions? Let me know down in the comments below. And of course, we'll be back next week to recap Week 1, and we'll give my Week 2 predictions. But for now, that is going to do it. It's getting late, so I might as well sign off and get this edited and uploaded so you guys can watch it. So with that, I'm just going to sign off. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace! Go Hawks!